Hey YouTube, Stan Frank here. This week's episode of Friday Fun. Sometimes we like to use Fridays to do like hobby talk type videos, and I wanted to talk about this set that just came out: Sorcery, Contested Realm, Arthurian Legends, and my thoughts on the set so far. And man, I really love it. The art I think is fantastic. I think it's maybe even a step above the alpha and beta set, and particularly what are really interesting are they're called curios, but I didn't expect these to be considered curios, but they are the cards that have this this leafy gold foil border. And I thought they were going to be like maybe case hit cards or something like that. I expected them to be hard to pull, but I did not expect them to be curios. Now, a curio, this could be a video about many things. One thing we can describe: what is a curio? A curio in sorcery is a really hard to pull. It's sometimes they're an alternate art. Sometimes there's just like on the back of the card, maybe something different written on the back of the card. Sometimes it's just the text is in a different spot. But the most awesome curios are like an alternate art card of something with a different art. I should explain what alternate art is. An alternate art is like you get a Horn of Carleon like this. This is the regular version, but it's a completely different art on the card. But the card does the same thing. So the really awesome curios, I think, are the alternate art curios. Also, there's sketch curios. Now, I don't know if there's sketch card curios in Arthurian Legends. Maybe there are. But they were in a beta, and also I believe they were in alpha also. But curios are extremely difficult to pull. I think 99.9% of all people that open sorcery probably never pull a curio. Now, are they making curios a little too difficult to pull? It's an interesting question that I've been kind of wondering, because I really wanted this set of these alternate art, these really fancy gold leaf designed curios, which I just thought were just going to be alternate arts in the Arthurian Legend set, but they're so hard to pull. I don't know what the print run is on them, but it's got to be extremely small. But they're also extremely expensive and are pretty much impossible for someone to pull a set of those curios unless they open excuse me, maybe thousands of boxes. Now, we don't know the exact pull rate, so maybe it's not thousands of boxes, but I've never seen anyone pull one on eBay, or not eBay, on YouTube, and there's just been a handful show up on eBay with people opening. But they are out there, including, which might be my second favorite TCG card of all time, the Holy Grail, the Curio. It's a gorgeous card. I was wondering if there was a Holy Grail in Arthurian Legends, and there is, and that's very exciting to me. I'd love to get one of those someday, somehow. Beautiful card. But that's a question I have for you guys. Does Sorcery make their curios and these chase type cards too hard to pull? Now, Sorcery has a lot of other really cool stuff that isn't impossible to pull, like their foil cards. I think they've got the foil card ratio down pretty good, where it's really exciting to get a foil card, but not impossible. And, it's really, really fun when you pull like a unique foil. They've got that balance really well. And maybe as you look back in time, these curios may be the right pull rates. Pulling any kind of curio is almost like a life pull of a lifetime in a TCG game, like pulling a serialized card in Magic or in Mezzu or something like that. Pokemon really doesn't have anything like that. Like they have cards that are super tough to pull, like Moonbryon, but you should get one in like one out of every 1,500 packs or so. Really hard to pull, but definitely not impossible. Where you could pull or open a pile of booster boxes of Sorcery Contested Realm, Alpha, Beta, or Arthurian Legends and never pull a Curio. So I would love to pull one someday, especially like on the channel. But as far as collecting this set, which was something I really looked forward to doing, was collecting this set of special cards. Them being curios really eliminates that. Maybe a lifetime collecting goal to get those, but man, has there ever been a set, a TCG set, with so many incredible chase cards? Because I don't know how many of these knights. I'm not 100% sure of the legend. Like, were there 13 Knights of the Round Table? I'm not sure. There's King Arthur. He has one of these curios. The Holy Grail. The Queen Guinevere, or whatever her name is, she has a curio with this design. But if you could put together a set of those, wow. Be amazing. And definitely go check out those cards if you want to see some really beautiful TCG cards. And what I think are probably the most beautiful TCG cards ever made. I don't feel bad saying that. Gorgeous cards. And what do you guys think? Is this set a hit, a miss? The box prices are going down, which with all these big chase cards, you would think the box prices would go up, but they've actually come down. And that's interesting too to me. Maybe they printed a ton, but this is also a game that has kind of been self-aware. They know they're not a huge game, and don't seem to overprint stuff. For instance, the beta set, they did reprint it a bunch of times, and kind of makes me question why we still call it beta if it's kind of like an unlimited version of the first game. But they didn't seem to overprint it. They just did several reprints, and those box prices have not collapsed. They've gone down some, but still are selling for more than retail price, suggested price. Where Arthurian Legends has already dipped down to like $115 on TCG Player, which is really interesting. It is a smaller set, but there's so much stuff to chase in this stuff. You could buy, if this stuff gets cheap enough, you could buy cases of this looking for these curios. And at some point, someone will figure out what the pull rates are. Like, if someone opens a huge quantity of boxes, they'll be able to like zone in a little bit on pull rates of those. So I love this game. The art is fantastic. I think the box opening experience is just as fun as the alpha and beta sets. The art is fantastic, probably even better. I think the card quality is a little bit better than the last sets. So good job, Sorcery, keeping things interesting. I also think it definitely was worth the wait of waiting a year between sets when a set is this beautiful. Now, I hope the next set, maybe it's coming out a year from now, I hope the next set will be a little bit bigger, and of course keep churning out the top-notch art and keep that part of the game real. And from all accounts, people love playing the game, and that's good, strong foundations for a TCG. Beautiful art, strong gameplay, and there's people that really love this game. I'm one of them. I really want to start playing it. but I just got to get to a point where I can spend time learning how to play it and all that sort of stuff. But really cool game. Love the second set. If it gets down cheap enough, I want to buy me a case maybe to put away sometime. But, you know, my main thoughts right now are, what's the deal with these curios? Are you excited that they are that hard to pull? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Overall, my actual thought is it's probably a good thing, because those card values, they're not going to tank for these curios. Maybe like the uniques and the regular cards that aren't chase cards might fall as people are opening boxes chasing the big chase cards. But, you know, that could end up being a bad thing for a TCG, you know. People just searching for the chase cards and not really caring that much about the regular cards. Well, I'll have to see how this ends up in a couple years from now. And I like that they have a slow pace. They're not outpacing themselves. I'm sure Arthurian Legends will get another reprint at some point. If they're going to wait another year to put out the next set, they're going to have something on store shelves. So, thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Sorcery, especially this new set. Also, is this not the most beautiful booster box that's ever been made? I mean, it's gorgeous. I love it. Beautiful art. Fantastic. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Later.